Forgot the coffee. Welcome back to my garage. Tonight we are reassembling my bike after rebalancing the crankshaft. Okay, here you can see my engine mount setup, and it's basically just two lever arm assemblies made from 10mm aluminium, some kind of alloy, fairly hard compared to your standard aluminium, whatever that is. There's no bearings or bushings or anything, so this is just a prototype, not designed to last, even though it seems to last quite well, but not designed to last. And I plan on making new mounts when things start to work out here with bushings, or yeah, bushings. I was going to say bearings, but bushings would be the right thing. See if I can do this with the camera in the way. Like that. Whoops. That might be it for that lamp, I think. The main advantage, or there's two main advantages over, I guess you can't say two main advantages, but there's two advantages, primarily two advantages with this kind of system, the parallelogram mount, versus the stock system where the engine just swings from this point. One of the advantages is, one advantage is that your exhaust can be stiff mounted to the mount, so you won't need a ball joint or any system to make your exhaust flex, which is a good thing. Not the flexing, but to not need it to flex. The other advantage is it's much more rigid with two mounting points than just one. So that's one of the reasons I chose this system. Okay, that's the front mount. Then it's just a matter of fixing the rear mount and exhaust mount to the engine, and we're about done. The way this is set up, I will have to, because the springs, the tensioning springs for the whole assembly is fixed to this bolt up there, and then they're again fixed to the rear hanger by this contraption, and I'm using two springs because that gave me the right tension, so two different springs. There it's on. Okay, so the rear pulley just slides in here like this, and the sprocket is fixed onto it by a small circlip. Okay, so then it's time for mounting the variator. Oh. It's a small, whoops, small washer supposed to be there. Like that. So the in. I would have done a much better job here if I had a safety wire, a proper safety wire plier. Of course I don't. One great thing about this rotary valve, side rotary valve system, is that the carb is very accessible, so it's easy to change jets or whatever you want to do, whatever you need to do with it. Oftentimes the carb is mounted inside the frame and it's hard to reach various screws, and here you can just take it off or do whatever without really removing anything from the bike. Like that. Fuel on there. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. This order that every hose has to be completely seated on nipples, like that. Even if that means pinching the hose and damaging it, it has to be done. Okay, cylinder head temp on the plug, and I just leave the plug loosely in there because with this upside down engine setup, it's very common to have the oil, have the plug filled with oil if it's been sitting for a couple of days. So like that. So I always remove it and check before I attempt starting it. That's about it. We're ready to fill it up with coolant and gas. Yeah! Okay, so that's it for now. Stay tuned for the first startup of the engine with the rebalance crank and how that turns out. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment. Goodbye.